sea turtle, rescued by volunteers, hesitated to leave. To their surprise, the turtle swam directly toward them. Just 10 minutes earlier, divers had spotted the large turtle floating on the surface, entangled in a mass of ropes, with debris hanging from them. Because of the buoyancy, the turtle was unable to dive for food and was at risk of being preyed upon. The rescue team quickly sprang into action. The intelligent turtle, seeing the rescuers working to help, cooperated beautifully. After some effort, they successfully freed the turtle from the tangled ropes. However, instead of swimming away, the turtle lingered and eventually swam over to the rescuers, gently resting its head against them as if giving a warm embrace to express its gratitude. Though the turtle couldn't speak, it conveyed its deep appreciation in its own way, showcasing a remarkable level of awareness and spirit.
A group of men discovered an elephant trapped in the woods. They quickly used a tranquilizer gun to subdue the elephant. And soon the drug took effect. Leaving the animal weak and lying on the ground, the rescue team immediately sprang into action, swiftly clearing away the surrounding vines. After several minutes of effort, they finally cut through all the vines. When the rescuers peeled back the remaining vines from the elephant's trunk, a heart-wrenching sight was revealed. A wire was tightly wrapped around its trunk, nearly cutting it in half. The rescuers quickly grabbed a pair of pliers to cut the wire. The wire was deeply embedded in the elephant's flesh, and despite their hard work, they struggled to remove it. They decided to perform CPR on the elephant, while others on the team worked diligently. After much effort, the wire was finally cut, but the unconscious elephant still did not wake up. The rescuers carefully cleaned the wound, applied medication, and then administered a heart stimulant. Thanks to their efforts, the elephant slowly regained consciousness. It did not rush to live, but instead gazed quietly at its rescuers, its eyes filled with gratitude despite having suffered from human cruelty. It could sense that these people were there to save it in its own way. The elephant silently thanked those who had fought for its life.
On a sunny afternoon, the streets of the city echoed with a cry for help. A man named John walked down a narrow alley and heard a faint sound of distress. Following the sound, he discovered a small raccoon trapped in a dilapidated garbage can, struggling to escape. Without hesitation, he reached out and rescued the raccoon. A few days later, the little raccoon found John again, visibly excited. Its furry little face was filled with anticipation. Moved, John decided to take it home. Once home, he gave the raccoon a bath, making its fur look fresh and clean. After the bath, John fed the raccoon, which gobbled up the food, looking thoroughly satisfied. In the following days, John and the raccoon became inseparable friends. The raccoon joyfully ran around, playing with its new owner, bringing life and energy to John's household. As time passed, John realized that his life had become richer and more joyful because of this little creature. They shared countless warm moments together, and the raccoon became an indispensable part of his life. This extraordinary bond had all begun on that sunny afternoon. The gatekeeper caught the little panda trying to escape. Because it was so small, it was often bullied by its peers and felt very sad, lying on a wooden frame and crying. The more it thought about it, the angrier it became, so it decided to run away. Unfortunately, it was caught again and brought back. After the failed escape, the little panda felt even more dejected. At this moment, a new female caretaker noticed its mood and took out her favorite apple to feed it, constantly trying to cheer it up. Gradually, the little panda became dependent on this girl, running over for hugs every time it saw her. The girl grew more fond of it as well. During the hot summer, she prepared ice cubes for it to cool down, and delicious watermelons for a refreshing treat. However, one day, the little panda looked around the crowd for a long time, but couldn't find the girl. It turned out she was sick. The little panda was very worried, and eventually escaped from its cage. When the girl opened the door and saw the little panda suddenly appear, she was moved to tears. A tragic horse was running on the grassland when it unfortunately fell into a dark river. What seemed like a small mud pit ended up trapping this 2-meter-tall horse deep inside, which was truly alarming. Fortunately, a loyal dog called the owner in time, and a rescue operation was quickly initiated. The poor horse had only its head above the surface, gasping for breath in fear, as if pleading for the owner to pull it out. However, human strength was insufficient to rescue it. The owner, disregarding the danger, felt around in the mud and tied a lasso to the saddle on the horse's back, securing the other end to the winch of a 4-wheel drive vehicle. They hurriedly pulled, but the horse's massive size easily snapped the rope. In a critical moment, the owner brought in an excavator, trying to dig a channel in the dark river to drain the mud and water, but it still proved ineffective. With the horse struggling to breathe, Everyone grew increasingly anxious. Finally, they decided to loop a rope around the excavator, and with a powerful pull, the horse was successfully rescued. Amidst the cheers, everyone breathed a sigh of relief, filled with gratitude.